Hi there. My name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where I take a look at the lectionary text and tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree or the kids' room or the junk drawer or the garage. You know how we've been doing it. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your week and spending it with me in this way. Thank you for your partnership in this ministry, and thank you for the love that you're sharing to your kids and your families and your congregations. You're rocking it. Thank you. This is for the narrative lectionary. I might have just said that, but we are looking at, I brought a box, and in this box is my treasure. Yep. Okay. In this box is my treasure. Yep. Okay. In this box is my treasure. It's empty. That is absolutely silly. I could have sworn I put my treasure in here. That's the springboard. Because we're talking about where we keep our treasure, and we don't keep our treasure where in a box like this. Keep the treasure in our hearts. We keep our treasure close by. It's what God pours out on us. It's not that earthly stuff. It's the fact of what God promises us and God's love. And it might seem silly when we open up the box and there's nothing in there, and we go, "Oh, there's no treasure here." But we believe that the treasure is something greater, something larger than just the stuff that's in our wallets. It goes, this is on a different direction of maybe for the sermon, moving from the kids' sermon or the kids' time to the full sermon. But it speaks right against prosperity gospel. That if I just have enough faith, God will bless me, and bless me by riches, that I will be rich and I will be powerful, and I will have and our nation will be all Christian, and if we're not, it's because God's punishing us. And this ringing with you? Have you heard this stuff where and it goes right against prosperity gospel. Our treasure is in Christ, and what Christ did for us on the cross, and that love and our own self-sacrifice when we give as Christ gave, as we reach and we love those that we might deem, sometimes we do deem unlovable, but God says, in my eyes, everyone is lovable, and that challenges us. And so that can seem silly, and what God asks of us, and all that can seem silly, but that's that. And so there's the silliness. Now, two things, two springboards. One is that I don't have it in here, but in that center box, the very last box, I would take a heart, and I would cut out a heart, and put God's love, or put on the heart, put love. And so that's that center where you're like, "Oh, let me show you my treasure, where I keep it." And that final box, it can be twofold. It can be that's what the treasure is, your heart and the love, and that you keep it deep. But that heart can also be the final box. I'm going to show you where I keep my treasure. In that final box, you open it up and you pull out the heart, and you open the heart, unfold the heart, and say, we read the words of Jesus that says about that our treasure, we hold the treasure deep in our hearts. So there's that. That's that. Now, I have on my desk, I have this box. And this is a love box. My son Peter gave this to me when he was in kindergarten. He is now 20. Will be 21 in October. And he gave this to me, and his kindergarten teacher, it was open. They whispered in there, "Daddy, I love you," and closed it up, and they closed it, and they tied it, and they put little hearts on it and like that, and it's the love box. Now, to anyone who doesn't know my son, anyone who doesn't know that I have a son, and if they pick that up and they said, "Pastor, what is this?" Or, "John, what is this?" And I would say, "It's my love box." And they would like, "Love box? What's that? That's really silly." But for people who know my son, and for me specifically, I'm like, I know that inside here, even though you can't see it, there is my treasure. My treasure is the love that I have for my son and my son has for me, and it warms my heart. So using this kind of idea, that's where this came from, and I like the idea. This is you could do just one box. You could do. I like the feeling when you open up one box and the next box, but one box. I think. I can't remember, but I think the 3 boxes were separate 3 different purchases, and they all fit inside each other, I think. But you can use just one box, and in the box you have the heart, and then you open that up and you talk about it. That it's like, hey, look, I've got my treasure. I might actually take that last box and put this box in it, and then that final box can talk about the love. All right, that's the springboard. I'm hoping it can be useful for your own children's sermon. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me, and thank you for the love you are sharing with your congregation and your kids and your families. All right, I've said it at the beginning, but I'll say it again. You're rocking it. So, peace, and we'll see you next week.